How do you prevent bitterness in a long time job? Ooh, bitterness is such a good word because victim mentality is such a bitterness. It's a bitterness lens for life. It's like a snappy little dog, like just biting kind of everything. I see a lot of this modeled in public education when people have been there for a long time. Same in mental health. Absolutely same in mental health, who are in these bureaucratic systems that for people who are, you hear me say it all the time on the show, the art form of communication, or that therapy is an art form. Teaching is no doubt an art form. So for people that are in these art forms that I think it's unfortunate, have with the best of intention developed all this bureaucracy, all these systems with the greatest of intentions that when the rubber meets the road, they don't work very well. And instead of us pulling back in a way that would be really healthy and reasonable and going, okay, let's strip this shit down to the bones and let's start over because it doesn't work and it's overcomplicated and it's a headache and it's exhausting and it's stupid paperwork that takes away from mental health work or from actually being with the kids. Okay. So what an easy place to develop a victim mentality, especially while you're trying to do the good work. Right? So bitterness is, yes, easy to develop into. Most of the teachers that I have known in the last 5 years have walked away from teaching. And so that is terrifying and scary in a lot of ways because we need good teachers. Like I am where I am today because good teachers encouraged me. They lifted me up. They singled me out to give me special attention. They felt my heart. They loved me. They remothered me. Oh, it's going to make me choke up. I know the importance of the work that you were doing, no matter what gets taught or doesn't get taught. Right? And there is a lot of strife in education right now. And there's a lot of victim mentality all around, on all sides, on all topics, on all advocacy points. And it is insanity. I will go that far as to say that. And so teachers and students are working in insanity. Mental health people in hospitals and bureaucratic systems that don't really work. You are working for sanity in insanity. It is crazy making. And the work is to let the crazy be outside of you and not inside of you. I want to be the ray of sunshine in my students' gray, grumpy day. All right, because there's so much, I'm going to go line by line. That's awesome. Remember, too, that as recovering codependents, we so want to give that away. And that's such a line that you wrote. I want to be the ray of sunshine in my students' gray, grumpy day. Beautiful. But I want to challenge you to keep enough of that for yourself. Don't give it all away. You may want to even write this down on a piece of paper, maybe on a little sticky, and put it in some place where you can see it. But I want to be the ray of sunshine in my life, especially on a gray and grumpy day. And for you to really own doing that for you so that you're emotionally filling your cup before you take from your cup to fill your students' cups. I highly value authenticity, so I don't want to be fake positive, but need tips to create a preventative approach because I honestly find a lot of the things we're asked to do by the district higher ups to be stupid. I totally agree with you. So here's the piece here. This is a real struggle for authentic beings because if I look out at the world and a lot of what's happening right now, I'll use your word, Janessa. Yeah, it looks stupid. And it's easy to have that frighten. I do not like, I originally wanted to be a teacher. I left it because I saw what was going on in education and didn't want to be a part of it. And bless the ones who do and are willing to take that on. Because we want to be authentic beings, that's a tricky thing, right? It's like, well, I look out and it does make me feel a sense of feeling victimized by how the world is going, so to speak. So what do I do with that, Nikki, right? There's a difference between the acknowledgement of what's going on and sort of nursing and milking this victim mentality. So if I look out at the world and go, okay, that's going on over there, and that is dysfunctional, it's maybe stupid, I can't stand it. Okay, these are my truths right now. That's where I am. A victim mentality just sits in that. It's all going to shit, and let me sit in that shit. An empowered, grounded person looks at that and goes, yep, it is. Okay, so what can I do about it? Well, sometimes can't do much, probably can't change what's going on at the district level and do her job as a teacher and a human being in her own right. So it's the acknowledgement of, okay, I can't affect that very much. Okay, what can I affect? For me in the world, it's doing the show and doing this right now. For you as a teacher, to focus on what's important. I can be present and I can be that ray of sunshine in my own world and in the world of my students. What else can I do? I can also dismiss myself when I'm around other teachers. This is a big problem in nursing circles too. Okay, these are the professionals in our society that are sort of expected to kind of take on this burden and just have endless energy for it. So bitterness and resentment are really easy to develop. But you're in charge of developing that or not. And so it's doing what you can do and letting go of the rest. If I hold what's going on, what's coming out of politicians' mouths that I don't like and I think is bad for our mental health, if I hold that, like I can do something with it when I can't do anything with it except what I'm doing right now, then I am creating this angst inside of me by holding that, by wrestling that, by fighting that. And since I can't really do anything about that effectively, I am likely to feel victimized by that thing that I'm powerless against. So our power is in, well, then I don't have to hold that thing. This is another reason why victim mentality has grown so much in the last few years, because the lovely connection that the internet offers us, that's how we're working together today. Thank you, internet and the internet gods that make all of this work. But also it makes us aware of every atrocity, every human betrayal, every messed up thing that could possibly happen in the human condition, every fear-based thing that is happening literally all over the world constantly, with absolutely no direction about what to do with that. So we're feeling victimized by the world, by what's going on in the world. So we must be willing to pull it back. And just because our human egos go, no, because human egos love drama. So human egos will watch the destruction of the world and everything that is stupid and bad and dysfunctional and watch it like we're eating popcorn. And not realize how bad that is for our mindset, for our psyches, especially if our inner children, if our childhood was rough and then what we grow up and have to look at all this roughness. We know life's not fair, but what if we helped it be more fair to ourselves by not putting so much funk right in front of our system for our eyeballs, our ears, our hearts, our bodies, our guts to have to move through feeling.